Good afternoon, my friends. I want to share some of my thoughts and opinions with you all today about the current state of the Central Florida theme parks, mainly because Epic Universe is about to open. We are very close to the grand opening of Epic Universe on May 22nd. But because of that, we now have some very shocking news coming from Walt Disney World, just right down the highway from Universal Orlando. And I'm so shocked to hear what Disney is finally willing to do, because ticket sales and vacation packages are down a lot for Walt Disney World this year. And a lot of that has to do with Epic Universe, but I just feel like a lot of that has to do with people, number one, can't afford the prices that Disney is charging, but number two, you're paying all of this money and you're not getting the product that you want. And now Disney is willing to now start to bring things back, like resort airline check-in and possibly another version of the Magical Express. I'm shocked. I want to talk about it. Let's just get right into it. I hope you guys are ready, because I am. Let's go do this. All right, so it is now being reported that later this year, Disney will be bringing back the resorts airline check-in at their value resorts. And apparently this is going to start in like phase one at the value resorts, and it's only going to be for Southwest Airlines. But the fact that Disney sounds like they're going to be bringing back this really awesome perk, and it's included in your vacation package, this is just something that Disney does, and it's just such a nice touch. And then because of the events of 2020 with the parks shutting down and the parks reopening, Disney just never wanted to bring this back. And then they also got rid of the Magical Express service, which this is something that everyone loved because it just made your vacation so easy. From the moment you got off the plane, got your bags, you got on the Magical Express bus, they took you right to your resort. And then when it's time to go back to the airport, the bus will come pick you up at your resort and take you back to MCO. This was just such a great perk, and I know so many people miss this. And if this phase one really works out the way Disney wants it to work out, which they want people to come back to Disney, they want them to spend money staying at their resorts. And if phase one works out regarding the resort airline check-in, I'm sure Disney will be expanding this to all of the resorts. And then if it doesn't work, or maybe it does work and Disney just wants more and more money coming back to them, they have to bring back the Magical Express. Because if they were to bring back the Magical Express, I know for a fact they would win so many people back over to coming to Disney. While you're at it, Disney, can we please bring back the free magic bands? I mean, do you guys remember when you would book a Disney vacation and then your magic bands would just show up in the mail? It's like magic, and then you would just get so excited. Your kids would get excited. You would have your names on them. You could pick your color. And that was just such a fun, neat, magical touch. And of course, Disney stopped doing this in the last few years. You can still get a customized magic band, but you have to pay for it online before your trip. And I think if Disney were to bring this back also, it would win even more people back. And then it gets even better, because this was just announced this morning. For the first time since 2019, this summer, Disney will have both water parks open. Yes, Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon will be open starting on May 21st through September 7th, 2025. And you know, this is a really big deal. And mind you, at the beginning of this year, when you were to book a 2025 Walt Disney World vacation package, Disney was giving free tickets, free admission to their water parks for the day you check in. And I've been working with quite a few clients who are definitely taking advantage of this perk. I mean, a free water park for your entire family the day you check in. So you get an early morning flight, you check in, and then you change into your bathing suits, come to Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon for the rest of the day, and then go back to your resort. And mind you, that's only day one check-in. And you know, going back to what I was saying, all of this news coming together from Disney, it's very shocking, but it's also very telling. And I'm saying all of this because now Disney, now you want to bring back this stuff. Now you want to bring back these perks, all because of Epic Universe. And I know to some, you don't believe in what Universal is doing. You're anti-Epic Universe. You're Disney, Team Disney forever. Listen, I get it. I understand it. I love both companies. I want both to do great things. And I will admit, as a theme park fan and as a Orlando local, I am loving this because we have all of this new stuff coming from Epic Universe. And because Universal is doing this, they are now putting so much pressure on Disney because, let's face it, Disney got real comfortable when the parks reopened after 2020 because revenue was up, their resorts were full, and they got comfortable. They felt like they did not need to open anything new. They thought they did not need to build anything. They were still working on Tron. They were building all of these new DVC resorts, and they gambled with Galaxy's Edge. They gambled with the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. And as much as I love Galaxy's Edge, I think we can all agree that Galaxy's Edge, just like the Star Cruiser, is failing. And they're having to get back to the drawing board. Do you see what they're doing over in Disneyland for Star Wars? They brought back Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is now walking around. They have a new awesome nighttime show over in Galaxy's Edge. And I'm over here thinking, why can't they bring this over to Walt Disney World? Why does Disneyland always get the awesome stuff? I just will never understand, because Walt Disney World has been the only source of revenue that the Walt Disney Company has been getting over the last several years. And I just feel like Disney doesn't care about Disney World. And I don't know why that is, because if this place is making your company so much money, you would think they would put in even more money to this park to make them more money. And going back to Epic Universe, now that Universal has put this much pressure on Disney, let's look what they're doing now. They're bringing Cars Land. They're bringing Monsters Inc. Land, which I can't wait for Monsters Inc. Land, because if it's done right, and when I say when it's done right, Disney, if you put in a lot of money and you don't make budget cuts halfway through the project, I really think this Monsters Inc. coaster and just the land within itself is going to be something really cool and something very exciting. And I hope Disney spends the money to get this going. Same thing with Cars Land. I think if it's done right, I think if the budget is high, I do think a lot of people will love this addition to Magic Kingdom, even though a lot of people are upset about Rivers of America. Listen, I get it. You know, I'm full of nostalgia myself, but I'm team, let's move on to the future. Let's bring back new and exciting things. And I'm gonna say this because I've said it already before, but I think the next thing that needs to go, It's a Small World. Go ahead and take that away. I love the meaning behind It's a Small World. I just feel like if Disney was to get rid of an attraction like It's a Small World because it's in a really good area in Magic Kingdom, I mean, they could even make a Tangled attraction like they did over in Tokyo. I mean, can you imagine bringing a e-ticket Tangled attraction and then it's connected to the bathrooms right there? We'll see what happens. And then you have everything that's happening over at Animal Kingdom, and now we have Tron, we have Guardians of the Galaxy, which I do feel like in the future, Disney, you need to figure out what you're doing with Marvel, because you're sitting on a lot of money there. So maybe eventually Universal and Disney can figure out that contract, just because we see how well Cosmic Rewind is doing at Epcot. We need to expand on that, you know what I mean? And now Disney is starting to bring back all of these amazing perks that we have missed for years, on top of all of the promotions and discounts they are throwing at you this year. I mean, you can pretty much get up to 50% off for the rest of the year. I mean, right now, children's tickets are 50% off. If you stay 4 days or more, they're giving you the dining plan for free. As a pass holder and just a Florida resident, I think it's up to 40% off hotel rooms this summer. It's probably going to get upwards to 50% off at one point, I'm sure, just because the summertime isn't a really good time to visit anymore, just because it's so hot and humid. I mean, it's pure misery at times in Central Florida during June, July, August, even parts of September. It's really hot. It's April 1st and it's already super humid outside here in Orlando. So I do think that's one of the bigger reasons why people aren't coming in the summer. I mean, last summer we noticed a huge drop in attendance here at Disney and even Universal just because it's hot, but they were throwing some amazing discounts. And because of Epic Universe, look what's happening with Disney. And going back to just me being a theme park fan and a Orlando local, I'm loving this because I'm getting something amazing from Universal. I'm getting stuff that I have missed from Disney, and now Disney is being forced to build new attractions and experiences. I mean, hell, look what SeaWorld is doing. They're building a new attraction that's going to be like Soarin'. Then you have everything Busch Gardens is doing. So I feel like because solely of what Universal is doing within Epic Universe, and just not Epic Universe, Universal's doing a lot more elsewhere. They are really taking over, as I've been saying, but Orlando is now a destination. There's so much to do here in Orlando. You can go to Universal, you can go to Disney, go to SeaWorld, you can go to Evermore. I've been saying Evermore is beautiful. That's just a destination within itself. And I mean, you could easily be here for 2 weeks just doing everything around Central Florida. But I'm loving everything that's happening. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think we all need to give credit where credit is due. We need to be thanking Universal for this. I know not all of you are sold on what Universal is doing, but wait until you step foot inside of Epic Universe. You are not going to want to leave. You're going to want to keep coming back just because you have a whole brand new park with new technology, new attractions, new shows, new experiences, new food. You know, theme park fans, we want new stuff. Every year we want new stuff. And that's where Disney has kind of just fell flat. You know, they like to bring back cupcakes and treats and stuff. No, we want attractions, we want experiences. And I don't think Disney needs to continue to build these new DVC resorts. I think there's plenty of resorts. And I just don't know why Disney is so terrified to build a 5th theme park. I don't know why they don't want to build a 5th park. They have plenty of room. They have the money. We'll see what happens. But I do think after May 22nd, Disney's going to become even more worried because the people who are traveling to Orlando, they're going over to Epic. And not saying people are forgetting Disney, because as a travel agent, I see things differently now because I work with so many people every single day. I hear what they want, I hear what they miss, I hear what they're excited for. And a lot of people are coming here just to do Epic Universe. But a lot of people are coming to start at Epic Universe and switching over to Disney and vice versa. And again, if you are in the market to take a Orlando vacation this year, it's a perfect time to visit because you have really good promotions at Disney, and then you have a brand new theme park over at Universal, and then everything else that you can do here in Central Florida. It's a really good time to come. And honestly, from the prices that I've been seeing over the last 3 or so years, I am starting to notice a decrease in prices, and you know, it's starting to get a little more affordable to take a Disney trip or a Universal trip or both. I mean, I just sold a 4-day vacation package for under $2,000 staying at All-Star Movies. And that's, I mean, I haven't seen a price that low in several years. I'm just shocked that it has taken this long for Disney to finally do something like this, to finally start the process of bringing things back. Now, I don't ever think Fast Pass will be included in your vacation again. I sure wish maybe if it gets that bad, they will, but I think that's going to be, I don't even think that's on the table. I don't ever see Disney bringing back any type of Fast Pass free system, as much as I know we would all like to have that again. But if Disney was to bring back, resort airline check-in plus Magical Express plus the Magic Bands, I think we're in good shape. And something else, Universal has been doing this transfer to MCO for a long time now. It's called the Universal Superstar Shuttle. It's exactly like the Magical Express. They pick you up at the airport, they take you to your Universal resort, and then they pick you up at your resort and bring you back to the airport. They take care of your bags, and I think a lot of people either A, don't know about it, or B, they just don't want to give Universal a chance. And again, I do believe this is why there's so much pressure on Disney to do something right now, because Universal is basically offering everything that you would get back in the day at Disney, and it's amazing. I'm excited about it all. I'm very happy, and as a theme park consumer, I'm just loving this, and I hope Disney will continue to bring things back and make these announcements. I mean, look what they're doing with Buzz Lightyear's over at the Magic Kingdom Space Ranger Spin. They're redoing the whole ride, and it's just little things like that, if they continue doing, I can appreciate. I do think the cherry on top for a lot of people regarding Disney bringing these exciting things back, I do think Disney needs to extend evening hours or early morning magic hours for resort guests. I think it needs to be a lot longer than 30 minutes. And I think if Disney were just to go back to how it used to be, go back to their playbook before 2020, I think they would figure out a lot of things, and I know for a fact they would make a lot more money than they're making now. But maybe one day I'll be able to open up my own theme park and give you guys the experience that you want. I mean, one can only hope, right? Also, really quick, since we're on this topic, it was reported a few months ago that Disney would be transforming the former home of the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser into offices. I think that's a big mistake, because again, you would think Disney would want some money, would want some revenue. I feel like if they were to just offer a day experience, like a full-on 5 to 8 hour excursion at a way lower cost, people would love that. It would probably be sold out, have lunch and dinner, have shows, have activities, you have access to the gift shop, you get that smaller, expensive experience, just not as high as what they were charging to stay there for 2 or 3 nights, 2 nights, something like that. And also, if they were to bring Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, the original cast, I just feel like that experience would be sold out. And I do hope Disney will reconsider what they're doing. I mean, if they need office spaces, just build a building somewhere else. You already put in so much money into this. Why not turn it into something exciting and something where you would make some money back? Who knows? There's just so much they could do with Star Wars. There's so much they could do with Marvel, but they're not doing it, and we'll see what happens. But I do have a lot of hope for Monsters Inc. Land over at Hollywood Studios, and I do have a lot of hope for Cars Land over at the Magic Kingdom, and I do know for a fact what they're doing over at Animal Kingdom is going to be really nice, with the Encanto edition and also the Indiana Jones edition as well. I think that's going to be something great if it's done right, and if they don't, shorten the budget. Before I let you guys go, last night I did post a poll on Instagram. I asked you, if you had to choose one for your next vacation, would you go to Walt Disney World, Epic Universe, Universal Orlando, or a Caribbean cruise? And as of right now, I just about have 9,000 votes. 35% said Walt Disney World, 19% said a Caribbean cruise, and 46% said Epic Universe or Universal Orlando. And I have to say, even though Universal was in the lead, not by that much, people are still wanting to go to Disney over Universal. And I do feel like this poll is a little telling about what people want and where people want to go. And again, just as a theme park fan, it's just a really good time to be in Orlando right now. There's so much happening. But let me know down below in the comments, is there something that Disney does that Universal doesn't? And if you had that one thing, what would it be? What's the one thing stopping you from fully going to Universal from Disney? Or even vice versa? Is there something Universal does better than Disney as far as just making the vacation more and feel like you get more value? And then also let me know down below in the comments, are you visiting Orlando this year? Are you going to Universal? Are you going to Disney? Or are you taking a cruise? Let me know down below in the comments. Stay tuned and please have those notifications turned on and set to always, because this weekend we're going to have some epic content. Stay tuned. Make sure you have those notifications turned on. I promise you, you will not want to miss these videos coming up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, as it really does help out the channel in so many different ways. I love you guys so much. Remember, it's nice to be nice on YouTube. I will see you in the next video. I'm out.